Dear parishioners, one of my favorite musicals is Les Miserables, which is based on the novel by Victor Hugo. It takes place in the 1800s in France. It is one of my favorite musicals. I have had the opportunity to watch it live in person once, to watch it on DVD a few times, and most recently on Netflix. I'm sure that you've watched the musical, or at least you've heard the story. But just as a refresher, the musical starts with Jean Valjean, who had just completed 19 years in prison, five of them for stealing a loaf of bread, and another 14 years for trying to escape from prison. Eventually, he completes those 19 years. He is released from prison, and yet he finds it hard to find employment and to lead an honest life. So he ends up stealing once again, this time from a bishop. He tries to steal his silver. He gets caught, but the bishop does something profoundly astounding, and that is to forgive Jean Valjean. He forgives him, but he also says some very powerful words. He tells him, "Remember this, my brother, see in this some higher plan. You must use this precious silver to become an honest man. By the witness of the martyrs, by the passion and the blood, God has raised you out of darkness. I have bought your soul for God. I have bought your soul for God." So these words touch Jean Valjean. They transform him. Like he can't believe how he could be the subject of such mercy. And he resolves right there and then to lead an honest life and also to help others as best as he can. And we see this man whose life is transformed by mercy, and he stands in contrast with the police inspector, Inspector Javert, who he is his vision of law is yeah, so limited that there is no space for mercy, no space for second chances. And we find this contrast between the two of them. Why am I speaking of Jean Valjean and Les Miserables in this Christmas greeting? I'm speaking of it because I think that Les Miserables is a profoundly Christian, a profoundly Catholic movie. It is a story of redemption, not just the redemption of Jean Valjean, but I think all of us can relate to it because all of us are sinners. All of us are in need of God's mercy, and at Christmas, God reaches out to us in baby Jesus to extend that mercy to us. So let us, as we celebrate Christmas and in the midst of all the festivities, remember that this is the feast of God's mercy. This is the feast of how God has redeemed each and every one of us. Let us relish this. Let us reflect and savor this mercy that God has for all of us. Have we accepted that mercy of God, or are we still fighting it and resisting it as Inspector Javert does in Les Miserables? And let us also resolve to share that mercy of God, that we extend it towards others in acts of mercy and kindness, so that others come to experience God's mercy through our behavior and actions. So I would like to wish all of you and your families and your loved ones a blessed and holy Christmas. May it be a safe one and also a happy new year. May it be a time for us to celebrate God's mercy in our lives and a time to grow in mercy and to extend it towards others. Merry Christmas.